What is the difference between chubby and fat? Because a chubby person is not necessarily fat. We need to understand and not underestimate the significance of this statement. Many people say things nonchalantly without really knowing the meaning of it or realizing the effects it can have on others. Maybe if more people have a better understanding of the words they use and the possible unfavorable results of those words, they might do things differently. As we all know, the world we live in is one where body image is constantly judged and put in the spotlight. These judgments are often done unfairly in most cases, and the underlying result of them are often unseen, but that doesn't mean they aren't real and damaging. Because these judgments and comments are usually done as gossip, in secrecy, and behind other people's backs, many people might not be privy to the negative impacts of such actions or behaviors. And as terrible, unfair, and hurtful as being judged, labeled, and demeaned can be, there is often not much most people can do about it, because they are not usually present when it is being done. One common example of this practice involves two terms that often lump together: chubby and fat. These two words have been used in various contexts to either demean or gossip about others, and most often they are used carelessly by people who like to talk about other people's business. This has often led to misconceptions and confusion about their meanings, and the implications of using these words without really knowing what they mean. Maybe if people understood that the characteristics we possess are mostly as a result of our genetics, they might think differently even when they choose to gossip or categorize others. Many people who have had to deal with being defined, categorized, and labeled as chubby or fat, and it is not only unfair but rude. But before we proceed, let's get a better understanding of the two words chubby and fat. What is the meaning of the word chubby? Chubby refers to a body shape characterized by rounded or soft features, often with a higher percentage of body fat than average. People who are chubby may have a naturally curvier build, and this term doesn't inherently imply health issues. What is fat? This refers to the number of fat cells within the body that exceeds the body's natural carrying capacity, thus forming cellulite, rolls, etc., as the body no longer has space to store accumulated lipids. Fat can lead to health concerns, such as obesity-related conditions like diabetes and heart disease. Now that we've established the basic definitions, let us proceed. The truth is that we all have different body types based on our genetics and backgrounds. And as we all know, our genes or genetics are not something we have control over. That's not saying we cannot still do our best to stay healthy, be fit, look amazing, and live a successful life. Although we cannot absolutely change our genetics because it is what God, Allah, or nature has given us, we can absolutely influence or control the predisposition of our genes with the right diet, exercise, and lifestyle if we need to and want to. But there are specific steps to take to achieve this. Step 1. Respecting and appreciating the body you have and its gifts. Because each one of us has gifts. We just need to learn how to accentuate its great qualities and gifts while improving on other things' qualities it naturally doesn't have. Step 2. Understanding the type of body you have and understanding the right routines, nutrition, and rest it requires, because we are all unique and different. So what works for one person's body might not be right for your body. We all fall into 3 different body types: ectomorph, mesomorph, and endomorph. Find out which one you are and learn about it. Step 3. Be willing to change whatever is not working and not absorb negativity in the process. Remember, your body is listening. Don't say things like, "I am weak," "I am terrible at this," "It's hard, nothing I do works," "I am so fat," and so on. Saying you are something becomes your reality. Saying it's hard when it might only be challenging is easier to come back from, and calling yourself fat is how you will continue to see yourself, so don't get upset when others see you as that. Step 4. Commit to it and treat it like a mission. Treat it like you would treat getting ready for an exam or a course. Don't expect results at it when you have not put it the right amount of time and effort. This doesn't mean you need to spend 4 hours in the gym or 4 hours at home exercising if you don't go to a gym. 45 minutes to 1 hour, focused, committed, and respectful to your body 3 times at the minimum a week will fill it. And you should start to see results in 21 days. Often many people are stereotyped and judged around most things that have to do with food. If their body shape or body type looks a certain way and they are perceived as either lazy or overeaters, when they actually might not be. Let's be honest, most of us like food and our appreciation for the culinary arts is endless. In fact, many of us can fall into what those cool social media people call foodies. So it is unfair to label some people when we all mostly enjoyed eating. As long as we understand that having balance and control is necessary to lead a healthy, fit, and well-rounded life, it's all cool. And hopefully not assume that because of their body shape or body type looks a certain way that they are lazy, eat a lot, and are fat when they actually might not be. The truth is that each one of us has something great that is associated with our body. But we also have something obvious and non-obvious that we could improve on. So categorizing someone else because of something obvious they might already struggle with is not helpful or kind. These words are often used to body shame, insult, belittle, and put someone in a category that isn't often positive. So let's be mindful before using them carelessly. Some people might say that they do not say these words to others to be mean or negative, but the fact is that no one takes being called fat or chubby as a compliment. Yes, some people are fat and their health, lifestyle, and wellness might be in jeopardy, so it is necessary for them to address it. But whose responsibility is it to point it out? We all can agree that most people with weight challenges know they have them. If we look at it differently, we might notice that some people are just stuck and need support, encouragement, and positivity. When we put classifications, categories, or names onto people's bodies that are demeaning and negative, even if we think we are doing the right thing, it forces a mentality of me or us against them. Most people already have this ongoing internal dialogue. I hate being fat and I want to change that. But often they also follow that up with justifications like, I've always been chubby, or I was a chubby kid, so maybe I can never change it. And that's very far from the truth, because we are all capable of changing our bodies, fitness, or health if we choose to. So remember this: chubby is not often fat. Chubby is defined as having a naturally high capacity for fat cells within the body, while maintaining a normal human shape, usually resulting in a round face, curvy figure, and a softer, thicker body. Fat is not necessarily chubby. Different from chubby, fat refers to the number of fat cells within the body that exceeds the body's natural carrying capacity, thus forming cellulite, rolls, etc. as the body no longer has space to store accumulated lipids, as defined by T. Urban Dictionary. What if we start to consciously avoid these names and call people by their body types instead of through body appearances, thereby removing categorizations and labeling based on body and self-image? We might not be able to understand why someone has a body that is different from ours, but we can see them more for the great qualities their body possesses, rather than use it as a judgment of what society has said is not popular. As the saying goes, don't judge a book by its cover. One shouldn't form an opinion on someone based on what they see on the surface, because what we see or find might be very different after looking deeper.